Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. The website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Monday, June 6th, 2022. The address we're inspecting today is 18664 Whitehorse Court, Oregon City, Oregon, 97045. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the front yard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras on the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it should be noted that some age sewer pipes made of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspections must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron ABS, 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. So we are in a ABS cleanout on the north front yard, and it looks like the sewer pipe is going to, unless it turns quickly, it's going to run to that street north in front of the house. We are in ABS plastic. We are running some water from the kitchen sink to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. Pipe shows no recent signs of blockage or backup. And the first 10 feet are just straight as an arrow at the street in front of the house. After about 20 feet, we start to dive into the ground, so we're going to start getting deeper into the ground here. It's not uncommon as you reach the bottom of these dives to have a little bit of standing water at the bottom. Seems like it's a little bit tricky for the drain technicians to keep a strong pitch in the pipe as they're pulling out of a straight down dive. Here we are pulling out of it here. Kind of a short dive. And then we're going to transition. So our transition is going to be 23 feet. So this signifies a few things here. It signifies transitioning pipe size, 3-inch pipe into 4-inch pipe. It signifies transitioning pipe materials, ABS plastic into 3034 plastic. And then lastly, we're transitioning into a branch off of the city lateral piping. And even though we enter into city lateral piping here, technically all of this will be buyer-owner responsibility throughout the entire length, start to finish. So nice smooth transition. That's the second most common area where we'll see a little bit of standing water, is at this transition. But again, in our case today, it looks like they did very good. Nice smooth transitions in and out of dives and piping materials and sizes. And again, not a lot of twist and turns, so it's kind of a no-nonsense pipe just right at that street in front of us. Very little movement. We're coming out of an area that wasn't flat by any means, but it had a lesser pitch than some of the other areas of the pipe. So with the amount of weight on these pipes and the amount of rain that happens in the Northwest, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a sewer scope performed periodically, just keeping an eye on these areas. The pipes can shift and move and bounce around with the amount of weight on them, like I said, and the rain. But as of right now, it looks to be in working condition. We are approaching 65 feet. And here's another area where this one we actually sag a little bit here. So the camera head actually goes underwater for just a touch here at 60 feet, 59 feet. And then we pull out of it. So the line is sagged a little bit there. And then we're going back underwater here. So yeah, the pipe is having a little bit of issues as we reach the end of this thing. We're going to run some tests on that area. We're going to turn off the water and see how the area reacts with the water off. What we're hoping is you turn off the water, everything drains right on out of there, and you're feeling better about things. But we're kind of going back and forth these last 20 feet or so. It's like we get back into a downhill pitch, and then we go a little bit flat, and you can see the debris. So when things are just not moving as quickly through the pipe, you have that debris buildup. And then we're going to reach the lateral here. So I'll say the only area in question in the pipe is the last 20 feet or so. Probably out there, definitely out there in the roadway. We're going to turn off the water. We're going to run some evaluation tests on that area in particular and kind of see how it goes. Okay, we have turned off the water. We have drained everything out, as you can see. And we want to look at these areas where, again, there was a little bit of standing water. There's some debris. It might not be a bad idea to have the pipes jetted, blow all of this out and then get to look at them again a little bit closer. But for the most part, it looks pretty clear right now. So we're going to look at those areas. I think the last 20 to 30 feet is the only areas where we had a little bit of questionable pitch and then maybe even a minor water belly. So again, this is with the water off. There's maybe a little residual stuff going on there. See, it's just kind of hanging, but not going. The camera head hasn't been submerged again with the water off. And there we clear out of it there. So you can see this is a nice downhill pitch. Everything has moved through there. And here we go again. Some marginal pitch. Yeah, just some residual stuff hanging on. Again, the camera head doesn't go underwater. And then this may have been the worst area. You can see that at some point there's been some debris up on top of the pipe, so it's gotten kind of thick through here. This is our connection, so 23 feet. This is actually still in the front yard area here. So we're going to run through it now with the water off and kind of see what it looks like in those areas. It looks like a good amount of it did drain through, but you just have some residual stuff there. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, let's see what it looks like first. So here I think was the worst area at around 60 feet. And the good news is a lot of the water has drained out, but you can see when things move slowly through the pipe, you have tendency for this buildup stuff to happen. So if nothing was ever done to change the pitch in this pipe, then of course some maintenance may be required in the pipe to kind of blow all of this out, you know. So again, it might not be a bad idea to have some of this stuff blown out. It's just when things go slowly through it, it kind of slows everything down. But the camera head doesn't go underwater anymore, which is good news. But you do have kind of this residual water just hanging around. There's that buildup that I'm talking about. And then we pick back up, so it comes in waves. And then some residual stuff again. So it's kind of the stuff out there in the public roadway, from the sidewalk into the public roadway. We'd recommend passing the video and the report on to a drain repair specialist to decide if these areas need to be straightened out. They're pretty minor at this point. The water off, everything did go ahead and drain out of there, which is good news. I shouldn't say everything, but a good portion of it drained out of there. And then, so it kind of cleared up. There's just some residual stuff hanging on. So just as a precaution before closing, we would recommend taking the video and the report onto a drain repair specialist to determine if this needs to be straightened out right now. Make suggestions for that. Make suggestions for maintenance. You know, it might not be a bad idea to have this all blown out right now. Make the pipes all squeaky clean again, and then, you know, maybe do this every so often. If when the drain repair specialist evaluates the pipe, if no repairs are deemed necessary, then it's like you almost need to go into this knowing that maintenance might be a regular part of this. And also, you know, with the amount of weight and the rain that happens in the Northwest, the amount of weight on these pipes, leveling can occur, and additional leveling or settling can occur overall in the life of a pipe. And so if things ever worsen, then of course some repairs would be required in the future. But as of right now, I think it does need some attention. We'd recommend getting an opinion on this, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. My hunch is there aren't a lot of or the sellers are not having any issues pop up from this or anything like that. But again, just getting that opinion.